Other than getting, getting into stockbroking and forex trading, for one, if you're not hungry, just do it as a hobby. If you're hungry and this is all you can see doing, and you know that you don't have an easy path in front of you, then by all means, stay on this path. If it's just a hobby, just enjoy it, dig it, get a gig, get a regular day gig, and make your money and have fun playing with your friends. Getting back to what you were, that's just something I've been wanting to get off my chest for a lot of times, because there's a reason I say that is I meet guys all the time. Sometimes I play with them, and the hunger that you had when you were a kid, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Buying those records, you could only get one because that's all the money you had for it, and wearing that one record out until you could afford to get another record. Whereas today, you just you could download an entire artist catalog in an hour. It made us hungry. It made us really yearn to play and yearn to want to do this and yearn to be part of it, and the artwork on the cover and the liner notes, and it's a different deal now, and I don't see that same hunger in I hate to say kids, but in younger players today. I don't see remotely close to have that same drive that we had. I don't think it's bad. I think they just need to realize that maybe sometimes if they're not getting ahead, that maybe that's just something that they need to. I don't know how you work on hunger if you don't know what if you don't know what something tastes like. How can you want it? I don't know if they know what I'm talking about, but what I can say is you have to want this really bad, and you have to look for opportunity. I definitely don't have any answers because I'm looking for playing opportunities all the time myself. If I had the answers, I'd be gigging all the time. And you're right. There's less venues. There's more karaoke than ever. More sports bars than ever that don't want a band. I think the thing to do is to just keep making music. To me, the one thing that I see that has a potential of paying off in the end is to make music, make songs, to record and get out. Sometimes you won't get paid, but if you can get your music across to people, the fans, then there's an outlet for you. There's a financial outlet. You can sell your music. That may mean you're playing for free on Friday nights. May mean you're jumping in a van and going to Kentucky to do a gig. It's going to cost you in gas and food to do it. But if you can get some fans and sell some product, I think that might be something to look forward to financially. I think if you had a band and you could sell merchandise and songs, I think that's the financial payoff. But you really have to want it, and I don't see a lot of guys wanting it like in the old days. And that sounds such an old man, old bitter man thing to say. But you call guys and they don't return the phone calls. You email them, they don't return the emails. You text them, they don't text you for 3 days. And at a time when no one's working, you can't afford to be like that. You can't afford to have that luxury. And I am guilty of letting that happen to me sometimes. But I hear too many stories of guys. I call this new guy in town. He hasn't returned my phone call. I hear that all the time. I hear it constantly. Don't let that happen. There's no reason you can never be not reached in this day and age. You can be in the can, and people can talk to you from China. So don't miss a gig. Don't upset band leaders. Show up, be on time. Don't be on time, be early. Have great gear, and just, even if you hate it, act like you love it. It's not that hard. We all have entertain friends and try to impress ladies and act like we love what we're hearing. Do it on the bandstand. Look like you're enjoying yourself, even if you're not. I found that pays dividends. A lot of people wear their emotions on their sleeve. They show up to a gig, they're not happy to be there, and they could be Chick Corea on piano, and if they're not enjoyable to be around, you're not going to want to be around them. You're going to want to bail. And there's so many times that I've told band leaders, they ask me, do you like this certain guy, this certain drummer, this certain guitar player? And they're amazing. This certain cat might be an incredible musician, but he's a drag, or she's a drag to be around. They're not pleasant people. They drink too much. They want to quit. They want to start late, quit early. They're not into being there. They're not hungry. So no, let's get somebody who is hungry, who wants to be there, and it's fun to be around. It's fun to be on the bus with them. Good to travel. You don't want to my favorite one, you don't want to be working with other guys who are doing other gigs and all they talk about is the other gig on your gig. That's a drag. That's no fun at all. And they're not good to have around. And artists, if an artist catches wind of you doing that sort of thing, talking about other gigs, they just assume get somebody else. They take great offense of it. You and I both know several people who have been in that same situation. Just be happy for the job that you got, and while you're there, try to enjoy it. And even if that means you have to act like it, you know, it might actually stick, and you might actually enjoy yourself. Well, I love Fodera. I play a lot of different basses, but I mean, this Fodera I've had for probably, I probably got this 12 years ago, 13 years ago. It's still like my mainstay. I don't really have an arrangement with them, but I love them. They're great guys and great people. They make insanely amazing instruments. They don't all sound like a hyped bass. I wanted this one just to sound like an active jazz Marcus Miller bass, and they built it to sound that way. I'm working with Dave Heppel from Oasis Strings, and that is hands down my favorite string that I've played in years. He's like the greatest, most accommodating cat, and that company is awesome. I can't say enough good stuff about it. And like I told you earlier, even if I didn't have a relationship with them, I would buy those strings. They're phenomenal. I've got this. I was just telling you, these are 3-week-old strings, and I break strings. I break strings after a week and a half, and they're still working. They still sound halfway decent. They're in tune, and you know, I could go gig with them right now. That's awesome.